Oh man, did I start? Okay, good. All right, let me get this out the way, bro. Any clip you seen on my accounts where I talk about Shedeur is no type of slander. I'm not wishing the bad for Shedeur at all. First off, and the people who think I am or think I'm hyping him up because a lot of people think he's overrated, think he don't deserve the hype. Bro, we just saw Dylan Gabriel start. We just saw him start for like a couple games already. He ain't doing much. He ain't doing much of shit. All right, he's not doing much of shit. Go ahead and and the fact I hate the way. First off, I hate the way Dylan Gabriel had to be sit down. I really do hate that because now Shedeur, but it does give Shedeur a chance to start. So I really can't be too mad. I don't wish nobody to be harmed in no type of way for somebody to have to be able to show his light. I hate that for him. But still, Shedeur needs to get the same respect that every quarterback just got drafted. Cam Ward, first off, he had a great college season. And people actually, fuck that. We need to stop going off of college seasons in general, bro. They're in the league now. Cam Ward is 1-9. That shit does not transfer like everybody think it does. That college to the pros do not transfer like that. People need to get that misconception out your head. And it's crazy to me how people think just because you don't know ball, because you pull up college stats, it means you know ball. Nigga, stop with all that. College stats do not transfer over. College play does not transfer over to the pros. It does not. So get that shit out your head. The NFL is a different beast, bro. Look at Cam Ward. He's 1-9. He plays for a shitty organization. He knows it. But it's going to fall on him anyway. Jalen Milroe, he hasn't been able to start yet because obviously Sam Darnold's out there still playing lights out. He just got revived. Dylan Gabriel, we just saw what's wrong with him. We just saw what's wrong with him. So there's nothing you can't say. And now everybody should have an opinion about Dylan Gabriel all the way through. Okay? Jackson Dart. I love his play. My slander from him in the beginning is actually went down a lot because Jackson Dart is actually fun to watch. I hope that they get some stuff fixed over there. I do hope for Malik Neighbors to come back. The offense, Cam Scatterboo. The Giants they could be playoff contenders in the next couple years. Bro, that offense is the one that needs fixed. That defense is pretty solid. It's just the offense, literally just the offense. So Jackson Dart, I have no slander for him. Cam Ward, I have no slander for him. Tyler Show, he starts this upcoming Sunday. So I'm excited to see what he does because I had some slander for him too in the beginning. So I'm excited to see what he does this upcoming Sunday. And same thing with goes for Shedeur. Y'all got to understand, Shedeur, that game, I hate the fact that people are basing his game, his very first debut, was damn near in the third quarter, bro. Let's take a look at this shit, bro. His debut was in the third quarter. In the third quarter, where they're up by 6 points. Do we not realize something here, bro? They haven't scored a touchdown this whole game on the offensive side of the ball. So, what do you expect Shedeur to do when he hasn't even got first team reps? What do you expect him to do? Go play lights out when he doesn't even have reps with the people on the fucking field? He doesn't. Bro don't even know what's going. Yeah, he can prepare all he wants to. He can practice all he wants to. That shit, a little bit of that shit was translated on the field. But to get the whole field, to get the whole picture, bro, it's not going to translate in the fucking third quarter against a team that are trying to get back in the playoff race. It's not. Look at this. Look how the Ravens was playing. It amazes me how all the people talking about, oh my God, Shedeur is trash. Shedeur is trash. Shedeur is trash. Bro, you have to be fucking dumb to say that Shedeur was trash. You have to have no frontal lobe. Like, everything in your brain has to have been mismatched. Because for somebody who says they know football, for somebody who says that they take pride in knowing football, they take pride in talking shit about like analyzing players, there's no way you expect him to play lights out football in the third quarter of a game against a team who is trying to get back into the playoff race, against a defense who is hungry, who are a solid defense, because the Baltimore Ravens ain't no scrubs, bro. Did people really expect Shedeur to really come out here against a team like this and play lights out? The lights weren't too bright for him. Nobody even plugged the fucking lights in. You know why nobody plugged the lights in? Because it's self-sabotage at its finest. And for people who don't want to accept that, you're crazy. This is self-sabotage at its finest. The Cleveland Browns are now forced to give this nigga first team reps. They are forced to do everything they don't want to do for him. In which I'm so dumbfounded at the fact that they don't want to do this for their quarterback. Because do you not want to win? Because once again, the Cleveland Browns are going to lose an X amount of games. They're going to be getting another high draft pick for what? Nothing. They're going to get a draft pick for nothing, bro. Because what the organization as a whole is trash. Okay, we need to give the same respect to Shedeur after his half-ass debut, because he only played half a fucking game. Let's get that straight. Half-ass debut. We need to give him the same respect as we did for Cam Ward, bro. Because Cam Ward plays for another garbage organization, which he's actually 1-9. And everybody knows he played for a trash organization. Cam Ward is not no scrub. But the organization is just garbage. You have to give him the same. You have to give Shedeur the same respect, bro. It amazes me how we even talk about Shedeur as much as we do, and he doesn't start. He hasn't done nothing off the field for him to get talked about as much. And once again, every time I talk about it, it seems like everybody thinks that he's trash. But like, bro, stop bringing up that college stuff. Because if that college shit was actually to translate like everybody says it was, and this is no slide to Jackson Dart, but Jackson Dart should win more games then, right? He shouldn't have threw that fucking game-ending pick to the Broncos, right? This is not no slide to him, bro. It just has to be said. College shit does not transfer like that. It doesn't. It takes you a couple years to become a great quarterback in the league, bro. That's just how it goes. You like them generational talents, like, bro, Tom Brady's like a once in a lifetime talent. You're not gonna see somebody who goes into the league, takes your spot, and it just grows to create greatness. Like Shedeur was not gonna do that. That's not what you're gonna. That's not the. You can't put that on Shedeur. Nobody can put that on Shedeur and be like, bro, he's coming into the league and gonna be greatness. Now, I will say, pulling up their schedule right here, because I'm gonna talk about their schedule in a minute. But I will say something though about Shedeur. Shedeur was a tad bit arrogant. He was just a tad bit, because when they was saying that Baltimore was going to draft him, and he had kind of said no, which I don't know if that story is true, but since I am recording the video, we're going to double check. Oh Lord, I didn't spell Baltimore right, y'all. It should pull up anyway. Shedeur. See, okay, so Baltimore planned on. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, because I know I heard this. Okay, yeah, it's even on their website. Okay, cool. So Baltimore Ravens were planning to draft Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round, but ultimately chose to draft offensive lineman Sanders, who was previously considered first round pick, declined to be drafted by the Ravens. Okay, so declined to be drafted by the Ravens. So their wording is kind of insane. Let me go right here now. Okay, so hey, Oliver, shut up. Okay, back to what I said, bro. You know, he was barking, y'all. Don't take that to offense. My boy was barking. Anyway, but bro, so he declined. He declined the offer to get drafted by the Ravens, bro. Where he actually could have had a better opportunity over there. Organization that would have gave him first team reps. That would have welcomed him. That he wouldn't have to fight, go through the mud, get dragged, and all types of shit. Like, he had the opportunity. This is the only thing he did, though, where I find it a little bit arrogant. Everything he did before, I don't care. All that shit that everybody was talking about, he did in the interviews, when they was coming to the draft process and all that shit, I don't care, bro. You can miss me with that shit. That shit don't matter to me. I really hate the fact that you can judge a man off of that type of shit anyway. Because we seen Shedeur grow up, bro. Nigga ain't never been in no controversy. He ain't never done nothing crazy. He just doing it what he's being himself. All right, like a lot of these quarterbacks, bro, they like to play this uptight, I'm a good boy role, bro. But then later at night, they over there doing fucking crack lines and snorting dope and shit. Like, bro, kiss my ass with all this shit, bro. That shit's fake as hell. He declined it. That was arrogant of him to do that. He shouldn't have done it. All right, and it is what it is. That's the only problem I have with him. He put himself in a situation where he had to fight through the mud and get it, and I gotta give him a little bit of respect for that. He wanted to earn his position as a starting quarterback. He didn't want to ride the bench his rookie year, but that's what he had to do. Now he's been presented an opportunity to start next week against the Raiders, who, not gonna lie, the Raiders look like they should have drafted him too, because Geno is on a down. Bro, Geno is trash. Geno is absolutely garbage. Just absolutely garbage. So the Raiders, they're going to see this too and be like, damn, we should have drafted this boy. Because you kick all that ego and arrogance. You want a quarterback who's going to go out there knowing that he can whoop the other team's ass. That he's going to be vocal about whooping their ass. If I have a player who what they say he did in the postgame, who is arrogant, ego, thinks full of himself, hell yeah, that's the kind of confidence you want on your team. But they don't want to even give him that, y'all. We've heard this already throughout the week. I'm bringing this back up again to say that the hate is still fucking strong for him, and it doesn't make any sense. You have to be able to think outside of the box, bro. I understand he didn't do much in college. He didn't win anything important in college. But there's a lot of quarterbacks who didn't win anything important in college who came to the league and showed out and became one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Who they just exploded. Because the quarterbacks who are winning in college, right? Prime example, Justin Fields, trash. Everybody was talking about him at Ohio State. Trash now. CJ Stroud. He had that great rookie year. Down. I don't hear much about him no more. You know what I'm saying? I know he got hurt, but still, like, where is he at? Anthony Richardson. I don't know what's going on with that situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing out quarterbacks. So let me think another quarterback in my top of my head. Damn. You know what? I want to throw Bryce Young in there, but Bryce Young looking like he fighting back a little bit. So I'm not gonna throw my boy Bryce Young in there because he actually rising the ranks because he's playing for another trash organization, the Carolina Panthers. So I really can't say too much about my boy Bryce Young. I'm just telling y'all, man. Oh, Drake May, when he was coming out of UNC. I know there was a lot of talk about Drake May, but then look at him now. My boy is shining. You know what I'm saying? UNC is not one of those schools where you're going to be thinking there's going to be a quarterback coming out of there who's going to play lights out. But look at him. Now he's playing lights out. It takes you that time, bro. Time. And they got to be able to get that to Shedeur. You can't just strip him away from time. You can't do that. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I give my raw, honest opinions when it comes to this football shit. I may not know the stats, and I may not know like the stats. I may not watch all the games. I may not go over like whole videos of what they're doing on the line, on the field, how he's throwing, how long it takes for him to throw. I'm not going all over that. All right, because I'm not a motherfucking coach. But I watch football, and I've watched football for a while now to get a better understanding, to give an opinion from an outside point without having like some type of like aggressive hate towards a person to be putting my opinion out because I hate his dad or I hate the way that Shedeur holds himself. Like, that's crazy, bro. This nigga has a big ass ego. Like, I'm gonna hell, I actually like the fact that he got a big ass ego. I like the fact that he thinks he's full of himself. I love that shit. Because that just means that when he goes out on the field, my nigga, he's going to give it his all. He's not scared to go out there on the fucking field talking shit, throwing that motherfucker 50 goddamn yards and scoring a touchdown. He's not going to be scared. So, bro, we have to give him grace. A lot of people have to learn how to give him grace. Because you're going to give Dylan Gable grace, and he's been playing like dog shit, you got to give Shedeur grace, bro. And Dylan Gable played with the first team. He was playing with the first team, and he still plays like dog shit. Still play like dog shit, bro. Give him grace. You know another quarterback, interesting enough, another quarterback who's really good. I mean, he's really good. And we wrote him off for a while because he didn't really perform to his highest peak. And then, mind you, he came out of college real good. Came to the league, really couldn't perform all that well. Took him a couple years, he bounced back. I'm talking about Mac Jones. That's another cat. Came into the league, wasn't all that good. Took him a couple years to get back on the room, get to San Fran. While Brock Purdy's down, you're able to take that team back up to the ranks. I have nothing against a quarterback taking a while to be great, bro. But if you're like, when you're complaining complete trash, I mean, Justin Fields, I said him earlier, he started in Chicago. You know, it's a great organization. You got a great history, but currently they're trash. But Justin Fields been tossed around to Pittsburgh. Then to now he's playing in New York. It's just like he's a journeyman. Hopefully, eventually he finds his spot. But even when I see him on the field, dude, Justin Fields I think he's long gone what he was at Ohio. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to write off C.J. Stroud yet because he got hurt and he did take him pretty deep. So I'm not going to write him off yet. I have another guy I'm probably going to sit back a little bit. I got respect for him, but I think he's a little overrated. Jaden Daniels, tad bit overrated. He doesn't, like, a lot of people want to look at him and think he's like so top 5 worthy quarterback. But dude, that 1 year, you can't put him at top 5 like that. There's no such thing as everybody taking, if you take every quarterback first year and put him top 5 their second year, that's terrible. You're a terrible analysis of the game. You have a terrible take of the game because you always got to base a quarterback off a second year play, not their first year play. A first year play is always going to be a little fluky. They could go deep in the playoff run. Unless he won the Super Bowl, that's what would make him in the top 5 conversation in the league right now. But he didn't win the Super Bowl. He lost. He lost in the championship. He got his ass whooped in the championship. So, no, you can't put him there, bro. You can't. And now I know he got hurt, so he can't really prove himself no more. But even though he got hurt, his start to the season was a little iffy because they got that tape on him. You know what I'm saying? It like Patrick Mahomes. He came in, made a deep run, got to play the Patriots in the AFC Championships, lost. That next year, I think he went to the Super Bowl, won. You know what I'm saying? That second year is what matters for a quarterback. It's not that first year. It's always that second year is what matters for a quarterback. That's what always matters. So people got to, kiss my ass with all this shit. Now, I am not going to watch his highlights again. I'm just going to play that clip just to let it roll. To look anything, he do play the Raiders next week. I do want people, this is going to be my key thing right here, bro. Because I just want to look at all 5 of these quarterbacks. But that's it, bro. I'm done with my raw take. I'm done.